ഞാൻ റെക്കോർഡ് ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. best players here. There are a lot of experiences between them, and
The winner will be bowling the second over.
the first 6 overs of this T20 match will be the power play. Only two fielders were allowed outside the 27-yard. So the opening pair must take this advantage, not playing too defensive. So Yusrina is opening the account for Malaysian run tally. Selamat petang jika ada pendengar, ada penonton dari Malaysia. Singapura memenangi toss, menangi lambungan siling dan memilih untuk memadang terlebih dahulu.
A quick run. Good running between the wickets.
Dan untuk Saudari Cup pada tahun ini, tuan rumah adalah Singapura setelah sekian lama. Kali terakhir Malaysia bermain di Singapura untuk Saudari Cup setelah beberapa edisi lalu.
Dot ball. Good fielding by Divya.
Another run from
Good
Yusrina.
running.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the first boundary for the Malaysian pair. It was a good back foot off drive to the long off boundary. I think the Malaysians are still acclimatizing the field because they never played here. Only two of them, I think, have played here in Singapore, but not in Singapore Indian Association field. So this ground is pretty much new to them.
Good bowling. So this is the first time Singapore is hosting SAUDARI Cup in Singapore. Six of the over. Divya will be continuing from Balestier end.
So let's see if Divya can continue what her performance from the first over.
Let's see that.
Yeah.
Yasrina is on strike.
Still couldn't find the gap.
Yeah. Couldn't capitalize on the ball.
Another
Excellent
boundary from
shot.
Yusrina.
So very good shot.
Right to the covers.
Apologies. Vinny scored a 4.
Now the Malaysian batsmen, they are very very experienced batsmen. They are very experienced player. So by now, in the third over, they should find a gap and be more active and attacking the fielders now, not just you know.
Good comeback. Good comeback by Divya.
Now
They
they're
appealed for
playing
LBW.
to. So in the bracket, also the runs. The runs. All the So Winifred is trying to find the ball. Oh,
Excellent bowling. Winifred is back to the pavilion because of some good bowling by Divya GK.
very very poor defense from Winnie. Now the captain is out.
Another wicket.
First ball wicket.
It's a great start from Singapore. Beautiful catch by Rajeswari and a wonderful bowling by Davina, Sharma and Divya GK. Looks like Singapore's got the upper hand. Let's hope they keep this going.
So 2 wickets inside the power play 1.
It's a beautiful weather here in Singapore. It's slightly humid and nice and cool. It's been raining the past few days. Probably helps with Singaporeans' moods as well. New batsman nicked the ball. Singapore's fielders are on point. It's by. Apologies.
So new pair for Malaysia. Facing the ball right now is Masailisa Yasmin and Mahira Izzati at the non-striker's end. Easily one run for
It's
Marcelisa.
great intensity, good run by Malaysians. Singapore fielding looks quite tight. Let's hope Malaysia can find the gap.
Another run.
Oh, it's an overthrow.
Not taken by the Malaysian batsman.
First wide from Davina. Apologies, it's a wicket. It's a good shot and well fielded. Just one run. I think if we keep this energy and momentum going, looks like we might make that our first win for SAUDARI. We have a new bowler, Wong Ling, bowling from Balestier End.
A full toss and capitalizes well by Mas Elisa. Another one.
Malaysia's doing well. First ball went for a 4, great shot, and second for a 2. Good quick single from Malaysia and good fielding from Smriti.
Tight fielding from Singapore, but the Malaysians keep rotating the strikes. Yes,
Oh, that's
another
well
one.
played.
Seven runs already from 3 balls of this over.
Malaysia has definitely come back quite well.
Just missed it.
Good ball from Wang Ling.
Another bye.
And that's the over up for .25 for 2. 5 overs. And we have Roshni Ramesh bowling from the Rangoon end.
Oh,
It's a slip of a ball. And it's a free hit. Well bowled by Roshni Ramesh.
free hit not taken well by Marcelisa.
And that's a wide. And another wide. Malaysia's opening bowlers, Singapore's opening bowlers have done a fabulous job. Let's hope the next two pair can keep at it. And a single there. And we have a Singapore national men's coach, Bilal Basat. Thanks for being here.
Hi, good evening.
It's a good shot. And it went for a 4. By Mahira Izzati Ismail. So, Bilal, what do you think of the game and how the girls are faring?
I think this is a really important one. Starting this series, I think whoever's going to win this in the first game, I think they're going to set up the momentum. And the way things had turned out, it was 2 crucial wickets early on, and I think Malaysia has come back strongly with a good partnership. That's a great line. The only thing is that it's a very good track to bat on. Anything which is going to be 120, close to 120, is going to be easily chaseable, in my opinion. Good outfield, fast outfield. I think we have got superb conditions to play on today.
And Roshni's over is up, and we have Wang Ling taking from Balestier end. Well bowled.
That's good cricket. We're bowled, a good fielding, and a good run. So that's what it's all about. I think Wang Ling, she's bowling nicely, gave away about 9 runs in 1.2 overs. The only thing that they have to do is probably not to concede any extras. Need to control that. Well, at this point, I believe that Singapore should contain them, and first probably the coming 3 or 4 overs, which they can do it, and keep Malaysia below the target of 90. It's a leg by. The score moves on to 38 for 2 in 6.3 overs.
That's great. That's great fielding. And a quick run from Malaysia. Good attempt by Smriti to get a run out there. I guess Malaysia was a bit too fast for them.
Yeah, this is one of the things which Malaysia have been doing. They have been trying to take those singles, quick singles. That's where Singapore has to, the circle has to come up, the 30-yard circle, to stop those singles. That's another good run.
Great. And that was a good over by Wang Ling. Score 41 for 2 in 7 overs.
Yeah, it's close to 6 runs and over. I think they're going pretty well right now. Singapore would like to have a wicket over here, or probably 1 or 2 really good overs to put a stop onto the runs.
We have Smriti from the Rangoon side. It's a great shot by Malaysia. Stopped by Davina. Good fielding. Great backup by Singapore. Good shot by Malaysia as well. That's great bowling. Another wicket.
Yeah, that's a really crucial one. This is what Singapore needed at this moment, and I think they've got it very nicely.
That's great stumping by Shafina Mahesh, the skipper.
That's a big breakthrough which they wanted, and I think this is a time where Singapore can come up strongly, just have those 2-3 overs, good overs. They can get crucial 1 or 2 more wickets, and I think there's going to be pressure onto the Malaysian side then.
Malaysia is a very strong team, and they've been playing quite a number of matches before this. And they've got quite a few experienced players as well. So I'm sure in a situation like this, they would know how to come back and get the game back on their side.
Yeah, Van Julia, a good player for them. I think there's going to be a bit of responsibility to take.
I think what Malaysia might need is a partnership. To get them going.
Yeah, that's a good running between the wickets again. So this is what Malaysia needs at this moment. Some quick singles to get that tempo back, and to go for probably just have a good partnership. They need about 20 to 30 runs partnership over here. So the score is 45 after 8 overs. Still going with an average of more than 5 runs an over, close to 6. 5.5.
We have Shafia Hassan from Balestier End. That's a good shot by Malaysia. A bit of a misfield.
This is something which I've seen really positive approach by the Malaysians, by looking for the singles, rotating the strike. I think it was a pretty good ball by Shafia, the first one.
It's great bowling, dot ball.
Yeah, that's another one flighted delivery. Pitching up onto the right areas.
A quick single again by Malaysia. And that was a full toss. Bowling from Shafia.
I think a very good over from Shafia. Just conceded 4 runs with the 5 balls. Bowling onto the right areas, good line length. Trying to make the batsman make the mistake.
Well played by Malaysia. Oh, they went for a 4.
That's a great shot from Malaysia. A good sweep shot for 4 runs. I think she's the real trump card for Malaysian side, batting on 21 of 21 balls. And if she can stay till then, she can take the Malaysian score to 120 easily. Malaysia 53 for 3 in 9 overs. That is run rate of 5.88.
And we have a new over by Smriti.
Oh, that's a misfield. A flighted
And
delivery.
gone for a 4.
Vanalisa got into a full toss, made it into a full toss and hit it straight to the mid-off. These are important runs coming from Malaysia now.
A good shot by Masalisa for a apologies, 1 Julia for a
apologies.
4. The runs are coming in now for Malaysia, picking up the pace. And that's a misfield, an important catch at this point for Singapore.
Well played by Vanalisa to the mid-on. She takes a single. The score goes on to 65 for 3 in 10 overs. I think Malaysia is doing pretty well at this moment. A good partnership going on. Van Masalisa with 22 of 23 balls. And Van Julia 11 of 7 balls. Shafia comes in for the second over.
And that's a wicket. Great job by Singapore.
A crucial wicket by Shafia this time. So Van Julia gets out after scoring 11 runs of 7 balls.
An incoming batsman, Christina Nina.
Christina comes into to bat. A good left-handed player. She's even open for Malaysia early on. Experienced player. At this point, Malaysia would require her to bat longer and bat the last 10 overs to take this side to over 100 run mark. I think Shafia is doing pretty well. A good over apart from the last ball when she was hit for a boundary. She's come back strongly onto the first ball, onto the first 2 balls. She's taken the crucial wicket of Van Julia. She comes in, balls another superb delivery, a dot ball. This is what Singapore requires at this moment. That's a great shot from Christina. And a quick double. And it's a close one. And I think Christina is out, run out. A great wicket, a superb fielding by the Singapore fielders.
It's a great throw by Smriti. It's definitely a crucial wicket.
Although Christina tried to dive, but she was still short of the crease. So Singapore back onto the hunt. 66 for 5, Malaysia 66 for 5 in 10.3 overs.
We have the new batsman, Aina from and that's a sweep shot from Malaysia for 4. It's a good over by Shafia. And we have Smriti back again for her third over. Score 71 in 11 overs. Dot ball.
Well, it looks like the Singapore women here, they've done a pretty good job in pulling things back. Malaysia now 71 for 5. Smriti bowling her third over, 1 for 16 on the board, on her figures. So SD, what do you think? How do you think the Malaysian women are doing?
The Malaysian batsmen needs to be partnerships right now. Actually, they are doing pretty well with the singles.
Yes, I think singles going to be important here because it's not exactly with the pace of the bowling. It's not easy to attack.
Yeah.
Probably have to try and see how, with the spinners, maybe playing a bit more on the back foot and seeing whether they can cut into the gaps. I think the good thing for Malaysia right now, they've got Marcelisa still there on 23 or 30. Pretty decent strike rate for seeing their teams under pressure. And I think a lot will rest on her in sticking around, making sure that Malaysia gets a good total from their remaining 8 overs. How is this Mas Elisha? She been playing for a while, Yasmin? So she's been playing for the women's team for about 2-3 years, I think.
Yeah.
I think she was in the SEA Games.
And she's only 18.
18, okay,
Yeah.
right. Shafa Mahbub, 2 for 13. She done really well. A very loopy bowling, loopy leg spin, and keeping the Malaysian batters at bay. Aina Hamiza on strike, 4 of 2 balls. So decent strike rate. She'll need to work on this. It's a good shot down towards long off, just a single. I think this is the crucial phase for both teams really in Singapore, trying to maintain the pressure on trying to keep the score possibly under 110, 120 I suppose. Malaysia probably will feel safe if they hit the 135, 140 mark. Well bowled, extremely well bowled, very good areas. Commits the batter onto her front foot and just turning away slightly. Well played, really well played. Just the turned down a single there today. They did take a single. 73 for 5. So where are most of the Malaysian girls from in Malaysia? Which part?
Most of them come from the Klang Valley.
Klang Valley.
Yeah.
Okay. Is women's cricket very big there in that area? Do a lot of schools play?
Actually, most of the schools come from the Kelantan.
Okay.
Most of the players from the Kelantan school, but they came from Klang Valley, but not even in Klang Valley. Not that many teams playing. Not that many women team playing. But women's cricket is growing bigger in Malaysia right now. Yeah.
Yes, I've noticed. We've dragged that one shot. That will be very rank wide ball. Bring another board, valuable run on the board for Malaysia at this point. Shafi Mahbub still has that one ball left to finish off this over. She's done well so far, just 3 runs and the wide, which makes it 4. So can she keep this ball online? And she's dragged that one, but she's gone for the swing that's gone over the point region. That'll probably be just the
Easy
two
two
runs.
Yeah.
There you go, 2 runs. So well done by the Malaysian girls, very quick in ensuring that was 2 runs. And 76 for 5. So after the Malaysian girls won the bronze medal at the SEA Games,
Yeah.
has the popularity of cricket grown with the women as well? Do the girls now look at, do they all want to now try and win a SEA Games bronze medal or SEA Game gold or silver? Or?
You know, from the SEA Games, starting from the SEA Games, the Malaysian Cricket Association started the development program from ground roots, from the age of 7 to 9 years old for the girls, actually. And now this year will be the 3rd year. MCA organizes the national championships for schools, for girls.
And that's really good. Is that all over Malaysia?
Yes,
or
all
just
over Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this development program has been started in most of the states?
Yeah, most of the states. And from my experience, I'm from Johor.
Okay, yes.
There are about 20 teams, women girls teams in Johor. And you know, from Perak and Kelantan, there are several other teams.
Yeah, that's very promising.
Yeah.
That was actually a very good shot there by Yasmin, sort of back foot cut into the point region. Shmruti now goes on to her last over. And I guess a lot rests on how Smriti is a very good off spinner. So it's how the Malaysians will tackle this over. And after that, you feel they might want to go after rest of the balls. Well bowled again. Just kept it within the wide line.
So by now, Marcel is I reckon she knows what she has to do. She has to keep her wicket. She keep playing.
Yes, agreed. And but loose delivery. Hit that well, but it's not going to beat the fielder to the boundary. It'll just be the 1 run. Fielded there in the deep by Divya. So yes, you're right. These 2 girls, SD, they need to probably stick around and do what they're doing right now, and probably look for 1 over where they can try and cash in, try and hit 1 or 2 boundaries.
Another one there.
Another good single. That's actually really well played. Very safe, just down, ensuring that that's a single. Samantha Singham picking that ball up and getting it back in. And it looks like Malaysia is sort of settling down here a bit. And if they can keep this going till the 15th over, at least, and probably just give them a bit of a chance to try and accelerate this run rate. So, SD, thank you for your time. And we're just going to hand you over to James Magullian. James, good evening.
Good evening, Arjun. Great to be here.
James has a daughter himself that trains with the girls, and daughter's now, what, 9, 6?
8.5.
8.5, sorry, yeah. He's a very, very keen cricketer and a keen dad cricketer as well.
Sure, sure. Yeah, my days of playing actually are only when my daughter's school has a parents' match against the staff.
Right.
But it was...
Oh, that would be costly, and that's exactly what it's all about now. Through the legs for 4 runs, and just like I said, I guess you've been sitting here watching this too, and
Sure.
seeing Malaysia being in trouble early on. And this is what it's all about. I think in cricket, in any form of cricket, it's just trying to maintain a bit of a partnership. You've got one set batter in Yasmin,
Exactly.
and you've got Aina Hamiza, who's got a very decent strike rate there, 14 of 10. So you do feel that it's moments like this that can probably just bring that game back in Malaysia's favour, and probably put on, well, probably at this stage you would think 120, 130 is not out the reckoning for Malaysia, which you feel might be a pretty safe score and a good recovery as well.
Sure, yeah. I mean, as you say, from the start, Singapore, 2 early wickets. You thought they could put a lot of pressure on Malaysia, but fair play to Yasmin in particular for holding the innings together. And now, although there were a couple of wickets, just see this ball out. Yeah, as I said, there are a couple of wickets, but Hamiza is really supporting Yasmin at the moment. So yeah, 6 overs, and 100, 110 at least should be within their range.
Yes, shouldn't be too much of a problem, you feel, if these two Malaysian girls stick about. It was very well played, well bowled too, and I must say Shafia, she's capable of bowling very Shane Warnish deliveries and some really not so Shane Warnish deliveries, I suppose. So it's a bit of a mixed bag with her.
Yeah, actually, I mean, she reminds me of Adil Rashid in her style, and also just.
I mean, this really open-chested leg spinners action. Yeah, I kind of see that now that you've mentioned it. Yeah,
and Rashid is, he played a big part in England's World Cup win this year. Morgan wasn't afraid to use him as an attacking, wicket-taking leg spinner, and I think I see that in the way she bowls.
Yeah, she could probably do with a bit more pace to a run-up to maybe just help with those deliveries dipping a bit more, because sometimes I feel that she tries to overcompensate and releases the ball a bit too late. So just a bit of a work in progress, but she does have the capability of being a very decent leg spinner. Still young herself. So.
Last ball of the over. Will that be the end of her spell?
Yes, there would be. This is a last ball of the 4th over. That's been sort of hoiked towards.
Great shot.
Yep. I guess the fielder was in at that point, and that's gone on to the long on boundary, and it's 4 runs. And that's probably all they need right now. The pinching to singles in between, and that's already 9 runs in this over. So that's picked up very well in run rate wise, and I've been impressed with these 2 girls, really, seeing that they don't look too flustered.
No.
Both of them come in sort of very confident. Not too sure whether the wicket's coming on it's as good as it should, but they've made it count for something, playing on the back foot and the front. Been really good.
Tell me, Arjun, the boundaries for this, are there restrictions in terms of the length of the boundaries? Is it the standard ICC boundaries?
Well, ICC always sets forth a minimum requirement. I guess after that, it's about how big, as long as it's past the minimum number.
Sure.
And then you're able to play around with what you want. That's why you have boundaries like the MCG and Eden Gardens that are bloody massive.
Well, what I've been impressed with then from both sides is one is the throwing, the long throws from the boundary have really impressed me. That has been down to a fair bit of, I guess, fielding practice, training, and maybe work in the gym. And equally, with the batters seem to be comfortable reaching those boundaries. We've just seen with that shot.
I think it also has helped in the recent months with the lack of rain, and the outfield's been extremely quick. In fact, this is the greenest I've seen it in the last 2 months, I think. It was brown for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And the rain, we've had not great showers, but enough for the grass to find its color and grow again. So I think it's still pretty quick. So most times if you do hit it with enough power just to beat that 30-yard circle, you could find the boundary.
Yeah.
And you're right, the throwing's been pretty impressive by some of these girls, and I think a lot of it's down to the concentrated efforts with women's cricket at the moment. Women's cricket's found a bit of life with now all men's and women's T20 games being given international status.
Yeah.
So that sort of gives an incentive for all countries now to sort of invest in the women's game as an ICC requirement. I mean, there's so many factors now that would want a lot of countries to get on board with women's game, which has been neglected for a few years. So,
Sure.
but it's good to see this. That's very well bowled by Divya, the experienced campaigner, and I mean she's been around for a while and it's been in these situations many a time. And I think seeing that they were starting league runs, and it's been a bit of a good comeback here in those first two balls.
Yeah, we'll see how Hamiza tackles this, because she's been scoring at quite a good tick up at the moment. But that's a good shot, in the space.
Yep.
Looking for two probably with that mistake in the field.
Yep. And that's another thing here with the Malaysian women. They're quick to take their second, and it's about setting off in that first run really quickly, pouncing on that error, and you do feel that the inner ring there in the 30-yard has to be a bit more alert, and just getting that body behind.
Exactly. It's not always about fours and nothing else. You know, turning the strike, alternating between batters is one thing I've noticed again with the women's game in general, and Malaysia have demonstrated that particularly well. Certainly in the first half, they were picking up singles, you know, dropping the bat and finding a gap in other places. So yeah, running the first one hard has been a good example here with Malaysia's innings.
I'm just talking to SD there earlier about the women's game in Malaysia right now. The SEA Games, having cricket, the 2017 SEA Games was probably the biggest boost cricket could have received, not just in Singapore and Malaysia, but just the region. Yeah. And what that's done for the profile of the women's game, especially in Malaysia after having won the bronze medal. The Indonesians took the silver. The Thai women, which have done a fantastic job, are now looking to be the powerhouses in women's cricket in the region. So that's, like I said, there are a lot of factors here that are probably drawing a few more women into the game. And SD mentioned about the nationwide school league that the MCA started. He also spoke briefly about how there are development centers with grassroots programs going on. And interesting way he mentioned that I say most of these girls come from Kelantan or as well, which is in the northern region of Malaysia. So it looks like the game's finding a bit of reach. And if a country like Malaysia can probably get the numbers in with the populations they have, you might see a team in the reckoning in the next 10 years or so. Yeah.
Actually, interesting. You talk about the interest at that level. I took my family up to KL. I think it was in October, November last year, and there was a double-header series between Pakistan and Australia. It's a misfield for 4 now.
Misfield, I think that's a no ball as well, an overstepping no ball by Davina Sharma, and it shows that she's bowling a 5th over, which can't be correct. So maybe look at the media guys to sort of sort this out, but that's a no ball. Anyway, the 3 no balls. This will be a free hit, one imagine. And there you go. It's probably swung a bit too early in that. Found the gap, but that's been well fielded. But need to get that back in to prevent probably now the 3rd, which they have.
Yeah, so while I was in KL, Australia were playing Pakistan and at the Oval in KL, and there were a lot of school teams coming over. I think they played maybe in the morning, and the interest from the kids was there, and it was around the time that I think the Oval was there was some issues with regard to the stadium, whether they'd give hold of it, and it's great that they still continue to be able to play cricket there, and I can clearly see the interest is all around the country.
Oh, that's got through. Probably took a bottom edge if I'm not wrong. Let's just have a look at what the umpire signals here. It's a bye. by. So again, very well. At this point, you would think runs that should be prevented, and just gives Malaysia the upper hand of now getting to the 3 figures, 1 run to get there.
Yeah. No, it's important to bat deep, but they talk about this term batting deep, and you can see it now in at the elite level in Test cricket, Test cricket, for example, how Ben Stokes took it deep just this weekend, and in the T20s and the ODIs now. Yasmin is clearly demonstrating that, and I find that very impressive.
Yes, I've been very impressed by Yasmin, and just as well, Aina Hamiza now scored a runner ball 20, and that's a very good shot, and that will find the boundary, will it? Nope, it was been fielded there by between cow corner and long on.
Yeah,
So
they've got 5 wickets. 3 overs, 5 wickets. They should reach that 120, I guess, as a minimum. If you think a runner ball.
You definitely pull themselves out of the hole here, and
What Singapore mustn't do now is really put in 2 bad overs to really throw away some good work. Equally they've fielded tidily, they've bowled much more consistently than they had done probably back in the matches against Myanmar. Where's that gone? Is that
it's landed in no man's land.
Okay.
Just a 1 run down to Samantha Singham. And yes, well, Divya probably needs to get this 18th over in quite smartly.
Yeah.
And let's see how these 2 Malaysian girls go. That's well bowled.
Showing her some respect there.
Yep. Just looks like she's waiting to tee off from the loose delivery. As soon as she's probably sort of made up her mind,
Heading
just
our-
looking
Heading our
for
way,
the
maybe.
Yeah. That's well bowled again.
Mm.
So yeah, this is good from Divya, and just it brings back a bit of composure, I suppose. The Singapore girls have been under pressure in the last 3 overs. It's well bowled again. Very good areas. Would probably have to force the batter to try and take it across if they want to chance it, but there are 3 fielders protecting that boundary, so
I can probably see a boundary shot probably in the next 2 balls.
or an attempt at
Yes, an attempt, yeah.
And that's there, and that's just it's just tempting her, and she's not taking the bait just yet.
No, the
and,
trigger hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. Oh, it could be a case of just let's see Divya out, and let's take on the next 2 overs. So
that's intelligent batting,
because they probably know Divya very well in the years that she's played, the Malaysian girls. And that's well bowled and well kept there by Shafina.
Yeah,
And a really good over there, only conceding the 1 run. Now, Divya is done with the 4 overs. Malaysia and 102 for 5. So you would think at this point, you wouldn't want to hang around and wonder. You just probably go for it with wickets in hand. And just try and see how you could maximize trying to get at least 30 runs.
Yeah.
Well, 30, maybe stretching it 25, maybe.
Certainly, yeah.
If
That's
they,
still in the range.
So it's about who wants to take the who's the first one that's going to go after, and I guess it looks like Hamiza after that over would probably feel that she's due a big shot somewhere, but it will be would this be Yasmin facing? It should be, but there you go, that's that loose one that they're waiting for, no man's land, fielded in the deep by Shmuti, and that's in safe, and just the 1. Would that be a no ball? Yes, there is a no ball.
Right.
So the free hits come into effect, and something Singapore didn't need at the moment.
No, agreed. All played.
That's a really, really good shot. Well fielded, but just got through.
Right.
Leave 4 runs and well,
Expensive no ball.
yep, very expensive. Very well played at the end.
No,
Got
it's
to
a
the
nice
pitch of the
shot.
ball and probably safest place to hit it. And unfortunately, fielder number 9 there did her best, but not good enough.
.108 for 5, yeah. 108 for 5, 120 minimum now. I would,
So it
I would
was
hope.
Hamiza at the end who went for that, and that's another one there. That's a
Oh, good try.
really good attempt there by Vicky. Just popping out there, she landed there. Would have been a really good catch,
Agreed.
and they took the single. So well, it's all going a bit pear-shaped here for Singapore, but could still try and pull it back with 4 balls to go, though. You think? And taking it across the line, looking for power now, because with the lack of pace, going across the line would probably be the better option in terms of trying to get some power.
Okay. Still 3 balls left of the over, so a lot to play for Malaysia. Nice single.
Good
Nice.
single,
Yeah.
putting the field under pressure, and they have to stop these.
Yeah.
These are the runs that you're completely in control of.
Yeah.
Should be good backing up. Yes, it's hit the stumps, but somebody should be on it in the flash. Be desperate enough to have the batters thinking about running.
Yeah, I mean, Singapore's fielding has been pretty tidy all round, but the drop catch, and if you add 1 or 2 misfields towards the end, can be a difference between plus minus 10, 15 runs, which could be crucial at the end, and it leaves you at the end of an innings either on a slightly upbeat or slightly offbeat if you're on the wrong side of it. Well bowled.
Yes, and as well bowled by Davina, and still take the 1 run though. The 2 girls, Malaysian girls here, sort of have an understanding of what's needed and don't look too flustered. And done a stellar job really in recovering these innings, and full credit to
Partnership must be 40, something like that.
yeah, it should be. Last ball for Davina. Let's see what happens. And she's gone for a big one there. And
Okay.
that's a catch. Well taken there. So, well, can't really blame her, I think. Talking about last ball in the 19th over. Probably she's already earned the right to hit out. Maybe
Yes,
not.
that was probably one of the only full shots she's played. She's really, put an example to all the players there how to build an innings from almost ball 1. So and there's three in this 3-match series. She'll take away a lot of confidence from that knock.
Yep, definitely. So, really good innings there by
We're just waiting for the name of the next batter.
for the graphics to come out there with trying to see who the next batter is, and for Malaysia women. As well ball there by Wang Ling, and
Very good to get off the first ball, get a single, put the player in nick on strike.
So last over here being bowled by Wang Ling. on the money there, but Wang Ling's bowled no wickets for 13 runs of 2 overs. This will be her 3rd over. Throwing down to the other side, not accurate enough, just a 1 run. 114 for 6. Malaysia.
Having been, I think, were they 20-something for 2 at the start at
Yes,
one
at the
point?
start,
You
yeah.
know, they really have come back, and I think will be posting a very competitive total.
It's well bowled by Wang Ling. Good areas, well fielded there, got down, but unfortunately that's got through. Probably dropped a bit too soon there. Let's come in there for 2 runs. Noor Hayati is the new batter in. And she says as far as Aina Hamiza has been with the run so far, 29-30.
Yes, another sloppy piece of fielding. Again,
Yeah,
these
but
ones here and there is just can add to that.
That's a bias. So yeah, there just needs to be. Look, just the heads are down a bit, and no reason really, because as much as Malaysia has recovered, they've not flown away with it. So
No, they haven't taken the game. I don't think
yeah.
posted a total that's not within Singapore's grasp.
there'll be a white ball and take a run as well. So there'll be 2 runs,
That's right.
which will take Malaysia now to 120. Still 4 balls left to bowl by Wang Ling. 3 balls, sorry.
4, yeah.
4 balls. Beg your pardon. So it's been interesting to see this recovery from the Malaysian women, and how Aina Hamiza and Yasmin went about their innings and put Malaysia in a really good position now to hit that 130 we were talking about, and really well played, dabbing that to say into the gap
Could be 2
as
here.
Rajeshwari tries to pick that up and get that back in.
So for Singapore in reply, I guess they should learn from the way that Malaysia have approached this, you know, in terms of you lose a couple of wickets, it's, you know, that's not the end of it. You just build and you've got time to recover, and, you know, then bat deep, and then the last remaining overs they can hopefully have enough wickets to chase.
And they've done just that, and that's a really good shot.
Nice shot.
Just
Made
sort
a
of
gap.
rocked in the back.
All
foot.
the
That's
way.
a really
That's
good shot. all the
very
way.
good.
4 runs, and
One of the best.
Hamiza must be seeing it really well at the moment, and no surprise that she's hit that with relative ease. A bit short and outside off, but they still need to be put away.
Yeah, kept that down there. Well done. I think that might be the.
That actually is the over. Scores don't tally up, but that should be. Looks like yes, the umpires will go by what the umpires have done there, and Malaysia have put on 126 in their 20 overs.
Yeah.
Aina Hamiza there doing really well to take Malaysia
Cracking
to
innings.
very good innings,
Cracking
along with
innings, yeah.
Yasmin.
Yeah.
And now it's all about seeing what Singapore have to offer with the bat and trying to chase this score down.
Sure.
So
I think.
James,
I think.
yes, your
I think,
views. Yep.
Yeah, I think the way that Singapore can learn from Malaysia's innings is certainly how Malaysia look for the singles. You know, and you rotate the strike, keep the scoreboard ticking away, and that. No 4s and an over is not a bad thing. 1s, 2s, keep the scoreboard going, and then bat deep. And then when you've got wickets in hand, that they can probably then accelerate. So we hope to see a positive response from Singapore. They fielded well, 1 or 2 misfields towards the end, but generally speaking, I saw a great positive intent from Singapore. I hope hopefully that they'll continue that and we go out to bat shortly.
Right, so we will join the game after the break and see you then.
Shafina Mahesh and I'm the captain of the Singapore women's cricket team. I started playing cricket when I was really young, at about the age of 10, where I used to hang out at the old ground in Kallang with my father, and then there was a few senior players that was around, so they were asking if I was interested to come and play. So I started training with them, and then my first competition was in 2010 for the ACC Under-19s. Yeah. Looking forward to lead the women's team is a whole new system change in our training and how we organize things. So as for now, we've been changing a few things for our trainings, and especially outside training with the logistics and stuff. It's been more.
So welcome back to the second innings of the match day 1 of the SAUDARI Cup 2019. Malaysia has recovered from a very bad start to post 126, and now Singapore will be chasing. Right, so Singapore begin to chase there, but Malaysia in that first over doing really well from the fielding front. Singapore just struggling to get the runs away at the moment. So Smriti opening batting there with Samantha Singham for Singapore. So far, Winifred doing a sterling job. 4 balls, no runs. Just the one now. So Singapore have a bit of a task here in having to chase down 127 runs in 20 overs to try and take the first game of the SAUDARI Cup. So SD, how were you very happy with how Malaysia batted and recovered?
Yeah, the first 2 overs, now when they lose Winnie and Yusrina, it seems like the Malaysian team has very deep batting lineup. So during the team meeting, they targeted about 140 to 150. So 127, I think at this stage is good enough for them.
Yes, especially after a bad start.
Yeah.
So once again, Winifred bowling really well here. Left outside the off stump. Winifred, her brother also played for the Malaysian national team, Derek.
Yeah.
Know Derek very well. Get along. Good bloke. Here he's now working in your state in Johor.
I haven't met him yet in Johor.
Yeah. He's working in one of the plantation there, I think. He's a manager there. Yeah. So I think his cricketing days came to an end. But
I hope not. I hope not. Yeah.
Maybe he can play for Johor State now. So Smriti facing 5 balls just for the 1 run, and Samantha on the first just have only faced 1 ball so far. Now Malaysia will start their second over, and the bowler well bowled there, well kept, kicked up a bit, but sort of died on the way through the keeper. Well kept.
So Nur Hayati bowls from.
So it's Nur Hayati,
Yeah.
yes. You're right, Nur Hayati bowled first ball there, so it should be the 1 ball down and 5 to go. Bowling to Smriti.
Oh,
That's a wild delivery that's gone down, way down past leg side, and that'll be 4 runs. Nothing much to keep or the third man or the final leg could have done about that. So very fortuitous runs there for Singapore, and Singapore won't be complaining about that. It just brings their score to 6 for no loss in 1.2 overs. So and well ball again, well kept, and it's just not carrying through the keeper much. But keeper's doing really well to stay low and collect those deliveries. Is Nur Hayati? Is she from Klang as well, or is she?
Yeah.
Yep. Ball there, well played there by Smriti. Just back to the bowler though. No damage done. And bowled there, just straight to the keeper again. Smriti looking a bit bemused for some reason, but not really knowing why. So Malaysia have done well, apart from that 1 boundary, and after that it's been pretty decent bowling. No runs on offer there for Singapore. Down leg stump and wide signal, yes, by the keeper. Sorry, the graphics are taking a while to catch up. It's a bit hard to see through the and it was a good shot, but easily fielded there at covers. So Smriti just finding it a bit difficult to pierce the gaps, and that will suit Malaysia. In Singapore's chase of this target, you feel that they maybe need to score about 40 runs or 50 runs in the power play,
yeah.
or 40 runs maybe. Just
But
to
then again, the Malaysian strength in bowling is, these past few years, it's
Yes.
very, very good.
yes, I've seen that even in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
The girls look that they put on some good pace, and that's well fielded. Fortunately, that's a bit wide of the mark, but not too many issues. But that's a run there, a bit of a mix-up, but a run. So that will bring it to an end for Nohati's first over. 2 overs done. Singapore 8 for no loss. bring Winifred back onto the other end. Keeper Julia, number 17, she's done a very good job. She looks like a very good keeper.
Yeah.
Yes. Technically very sound. Good hands. Stays low to the ground. And that's what you need as a keeper. Oh, just misses the off stump there. Moving slightly off the seam and committed Smriti to a shot. And just missing the off stump, so Smriti can consider herself a bit lucky that didn't bowl her.
Another wide from Winnie.
Another wide for Winnie. Bonus runs there for Singapore. We'll take the score to 11. And that is a wide as well. Maybe just a bit unfortunate. Looked like it stayed within the wide lines there. And that should take the score to 12 after that wide delivery. Or it's well bowled, straight down, well played too, good drive. Takes on the mid-off fielder, but gets home safe. Taking the score to 12. No, it's right. She's well bowled. Winnie's bowled really well here, and she's hitting good areas, and Singapore are taking a chance, and that is a run out, and Smriti has been run out there. Had a bit of a difficult time in the middle. Just 3 of 13 balls, and good fielding, and SD must be very happy with this fielding side. They look like they're very quick. They get down well to the ball. They throw well. All of them throw very well. I was watching the warm-ups. The girls have really good arms. They must be drinking a lot of Milo. Sehat dan kuat. So Singapore losing their first wicket there in the chase. Not a situation they wanted to find themselves in the power play.
You know, watching the Malaysian player, the one thing that about women cricket is about their strength. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So what MCA did was they're focusing on their strength, on their speed, on their fitness.
Okay, that's good. So these girls spend a lot of time going to gym and everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Coming in for Singapore now will be Vigneshwari Pasupathy. She will join Samantha Singham in the middle. As Singapore now 12 for 1. There are still 3 balls to go in this over. So Winifred Well, not causing the run out there of a bowling. And that's a really good first ball to get. Inside edge, just misses the stumps. I don't think Vicky knew too much about that. Right, so no, the name. So that will take Vicky off strike, bring Samantha back on strike, who's only faced 2 balls, so she's not seen much of the bowling. So let's see how she faces up to Vinny. Well bowled there, and just a very nagging line there by Winifred. She's got quality, this girl. She's bowled really well, and just takes a lot of pressure off the Malaysian fielding lineup, and it now looks like this 126 score will be a good score because they've had a very good start.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, the likes of Samantha and Vicky, they've played a lot for Singapore in the past, so they're also quite experienced. There are a lot of other new players in this team, but the core of the batting for this team are quite experienced. So now it's all about doing exactly what Yasmin did, was to show the experience and composure and not get too worried.
Now they're bringing in a spinner, Ariana.
So the spinner is now Ariana, they've changed, and they've already brought in the third bowler. First change looks to be a left arm off spinner, if I'm not wrong, Ariana.
Yeah, left arm spinner. So the spinner comes early.
Yeah, spinner has been brought on early.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, because I think the pace bowlers are doing well. They probably didn't need to take her off, but well, let's see. Maybe there's some plan here. Vicky can hit the ball, so maybe they want to just take some pace off. Bit trouble there with the run up. Umpire having a look, and hopefully it'll be resolved soon, and we can continue play. So, well, let's just see. Now she'll be marking up a run up again just to make sure that everything's fine as she gets ready to bowl her first delivery. That's a very well bowled first delivery, looping it up there, just hitting it down to mid-off. Has been cut off, no run.
So Arjun, can you tell us more about the playing surface today?
Well, the playing surface is probably, this ground gets used a lot because, you know, Singapore, we don't have many grounds. So, but this is Pakistani soil that has been laid down here. We recently hosted the World T20 Asia qualifiers. Yeah. It was a very good batting wicket then. Because well, obviously it's quite dry. It didn't rain for a few days, and the groundsman did a very good job in preparing it. So it can be a very good batting wicket. But I think lately it's been used a lot because there are league games during the weekends. Sorry. So it all depends on how much time the groundsmen have to prepare it. If it's prepared well, it's a very good batting wicket. Yeah. So, but also having said that, with maybe with women's bowling is not as fast. So maybe it just gets a bit harder. Yeah, it doesn't come onto the wicket much. So Ariana, Natasha, that would be her fourth delivery if I'm not wrong. She's done very well, good start too. So she's continuing the pressure that Singapore were facing with the other 2 bowlers. Very nice action. Oh, she's bowled very well there. Went straight through Vicky. Probably hit the pad or a bat on the way, so it didn't get through the keeper. Maybe it would have been a stumping. Yeah. She looks to be a very nice action. High arm action, gets through a good run up. Very nice to see. Beautiful action. Wow. Well bowled again. So Ariana, has she been playing for a while as well? Or
Yes,
yep,
about
she.
4 to 5 years.
You have 5 years, and
She's been playing since 13.
okay,
Yeah.
and she's from
She's from Johor.
Johor. Oh wow, okay, well, very good. So you must be very proud. There's a girl from one of the girls are from Johor, and a very good left-arm spinner there. So yeah, she's done a very good job. No runs in her over. Maiden T20 cricket is worth its weight in gold. And now we'll see number 15 for Malaysia, which would be just waiting for the graphics to come up, but number 15 is Warnur Zulaika, if I'm not wrong. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Manoj Zulaika,
Yeah.
yes.
Right, our medium pacer, well bowled. Well played to the gap. That's a midfield, but she's been covered well by Ariana. So there won't be a run there. So Samantha also feeling the pinch a bit, but only faced 4 balls, and she's on 0 runs. I'm sure she'll like to face a few more deliveries because she's been there for a long time. So just plainly known as Sophia in the graphics. So Sophia now will come in from a second delivery. Let's see how she bowls this, and she's bowled that really well, angling into the stumps, good areas. Played back to the bowler, so no run there again. So this obviously is a very big strength of Malaysia's. All the 4 bowlers that have been used so far have bowled their first overs pretty well. Sophia in a second ball already hitting the mark. And and that will not be a 4. Well covered there by the third man, was probably a bit finer. Keeper maybe just a bit too close to the stumps. Maybe she could have been back a bit, but then again, it's been keeping low. So Julia has probably had to stand up a bit more than she would like. So Vicky now on strike. 1 of 7. In fact, both batters on 1 of 7. Singapore 14 for 1. 14 for 1 in 14 for 1. Well bowled, just within the wide lines. Good discipline here shown by Zulaika. Keeping to a very simple game plan. Bowl one side of the wicket, and everything should go well.
And Zulaika is new to the team.
She's new to the team, is
Yeah.
she? Oh wow, okay. Is this her first game for Malaysia, or she's played
This is a second tournament.
second
Yeah.
tournament? Okay, right. It's well played. So Vicky into the gap, into the mid-wicket region. That'll just be 1 run. So Vicky adding a second run to her list.
And Sophia is the result of the MCA's schools championship.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, right. So, and which part of country is she from?
She is from Kelantan.
Kelantan,
Yeah.
okay, right. So she must be very happy now that she's
Yeah.
getting an opportunity to play for her country,
Yes.
and that is very well bowled. Yes, she looks like she can be a bit of a star with the ball, and this discipline. Seeing that she's only playing her second tournament for Malaysia, she doesn't seem to be too nervous. Nice action as well.
No, with Mas Elisa 18 years old, Ariana is 17,
Wow.
and Sophia is 16. So
So the future is bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So like I said, these are the foundations of a good women's team in the future. If we can get a good bunch of young women, girls together, get them doing some of the things we spoke about, like your gym, eating properly, learning how to be sportswomen, good sportswomen, and then with that experience, if you start young, and now the main thing is to play as much cricket as they can. So Ariana back in and inside edge. And this might be trouble. Yes, it is. You feel that Samantha could have done a better job in maybe telling Vicky not to run, and looks like Vicky should be the one that's out. Why would Samantha run through? That didn't make any sense, because it looked like she didn't get there. But we'll see. But it looks like the umpire has made a decision, and it is Samantha that is out, which is a big blow for Singapore, because she's an experienced campaigner. Yes, she's not scored much, being 1 for 8. But a very unfortunate way to get out. That shouldn't have been a run. She saw that the ball had gone straight to the short leg and decided to run, and she's paid the price for it. So now it brings Divya GK into the field, into the middle, to join Vicky. And Divya probably one of the most experienced campaigners playing for Singapore. She's played a lot of cricket. She's played a bit of cricket in Australia and South Africa, and she's been around. So yeah, I don't think she'll be feeling the pressure too much, but I don't think she'll like the situation that Singapore is in right now, being 15 for 2. She now has to bat really, really sensibly, and hopefully Vicky can support her well if Singapore are to win this match. It's well bowled, on the money straight again. She is very impressive, Ariana. Lovely action, uncomplicated, just puts it in their areas and lets the ball do the work, and the fielders are all there in the correct positions. So very impressive. Beautifully bowled again, and well kept. This is really, really high quality bowling here from Ariana. Divya not too sure whether to go forward or back.
It makes the keeper's job a lot easier.
Yes, exactly. Keeper also likes the ball spinning away. Maybe you can get a stumping or a catch off the bat. Once again, well bowled. And she's getting through her overs very quickly here. And that's a big danger for Singapore, because next thing you know, you see the 5 overs done, 6 overs done, 7 overs done. That's when the pressure starts. That's well played, dabbed into just backward point, well fielded there. Will just be the single. And Divya gets off the mark after on a 4th delivery. Malaysians look like they're up for it. Keeper Julia having a few words with the fielders, motivating them. This was the full toss, that these are deliveries that need to be put away, and Vicky's hit that down to deep cow corner, just in there for the 1 run. So Singapore 17 for 2 in 6 overs. And Ariana once again bowling a very good over. So SD, most of these girls are still in school, or university school, or high school, secondary school? Yeah.
Most of them are working for the armed forces.
Oh, okay, right.
Like Julia, she's playing for the Malaysian Navy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And like even the men's team, quite a few guys work for the Air Force.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So are you telling me that all Air Force, Navy, and Army have cricket teams?
They have their own tournament.
They have their own tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So most of the Malaysian players are in the forces.
Yeah. Oh, so I didn't know that. I knew of the men's, and that's a very good throw, but they already made the run. I knew that most of the men's team, I know a few of them, Wafiq, Anwar, they're all with the Rashid, they're all with the Air Force, if I'm not wrong?
Yes.
Air Force, yes. So, but I didn't know that the women had this same arrangement, that some of them were in the Navy, you say? Is it only Navy, or are they in
The
the
Navy,
Army?
the Air Force.
all
and-
three
yeah,
services.
All
Okay.
three services. But the captain, Winnie, she's going to be a teacher.
Okay, she's still studying at the moment.
Yeah, still studying at the moment.
Is she in Bukit Jalil by any chance?
No,
or
she's in the.
Oh, sorry, UKM. Is it?
UKM,
Yeah,
yes.
sorry. Yeah. Well played there by Divya. Just working it down to third man, and that's one run. So maybe Divya getting an idea that she needs to consolidate, just looking for the singles. Vicky really needs to read the situation and understand that she needs to support her
Yeah.
Divya. And somebody like Vicky, who's got good power in her shots, so if she can wait for the loose deliveries and put them away, that'd be really good. Well, ball there with Sophia, good pace. That's been worked away very well by Vicky. To bring just a second run, but she was never really going to get there, and really they shouldn't have taken that second run, because what they needed right now was to consolidate. And is she not out?
No.
Nope, not out. Okay. But that's put Vicky under a lot of pressure to try and get there. But she's done well. I've got to give her full marks for commitment. Sorry, I read that situation wrong. I thought she was run out. So, but that's two more valuable runs, and she really worked hard for those runs. Brings Vicky to 6 for 13. Off 13, sorry. Sophia bowling well again. She's trying to work that into the leg side, but not enough power to beat that 30 yard, as Yusrina easily feels that. Wow. So Zuleika doing a really good job here for her team. Good areas. That's a wide ball. Bit of commentator's curse there. As soon as I said that she'd done a good job, it's a wide. So with that white ball there, it takes Singapore to 22 of 2. And let's see how she comes back. And that's been hit in the air, and a great catch there.
Great catch.
A very, really good
Yes.
catch by
Marcelisa.
Alisa.
Yeah.
Marcelisa, really good catch at point, if I'm not wrong. Just looking, getting my angles right. Yes, so backward point. And that will get rid of Vicky and bring Singapore takes Malaysia's third wicket. And well, good action here with the women's cricket, and I know there's been growing support around the world for the women's game and how it's being played, and some of the recent World Cups we had, and really good encounters between women's cricket with the. So there is a match going on here in Singapore between Singapore and Malaysia, the SAUDARI Cup in 2019. For all those lovers of women's cricket who are watching this right now, please just try and share this as much as you can, because this is good for the women's game. The women's game is starting to grow. It's a bigger part of cricket, and it will help the game grow, and the support for women's game will be the way forward, I feel. And like SD, who's told us about how women's cricket's grown in Malaysia, in Singapore too, now it's starting to take some shape and form. So good things happening for women's cricket around the world.
Ya. Dan begitu juga kepada peminat-peminat kriket di Malaysia. Terima kasih kerana menyokong pembangunan kriket wanita di Malaysia dan di rantau ini. Share lah video ini, live ini sebanyak-banyaknya kepada rakan-rakan semua yang menonton di Malaysia sekarang. Dan looking at both teams here, Singapore, Malaysia, and looking at the Thailand teams, Yeah, the Thais. They are competing in Europe now. You know, how far we have, no, the effort that we have to catch up with them.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I always look at when I see what Thailand has done in the recent past, and actually on the way here today, I actually took a snapshot of something, and I'll show it to you now. Very interesting. So, 12 years ago, Cricket Association Thailand's women team came last in an 8-team ACC tournament. Today, they are ranked 12th in the world in T20. Recently set a world record for consecutive T20I wins, and are now just one step away from T20 World Cup. So this was 12 years ago. So we speak about a country that, especially in Thailand, it was not a British colony.
Yeah.
Cricket was not a very big sport there, played by a very small number of people. And if you think of a country like Thailand that is not a traditional cricket country can do what they've done with a focused approach, like you say that MCA are doing now with women's cricket in Malaysia, and now with Singapore also now, we are really concentrating on women's cricket, and we have a women's pathway manager, Chamal De Silva, who's actually coaching the team right now. And now we are getting girls in really young, at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old in the SC Academy. So this is the way forward. So I think, and another thing that we also have to, oh, that's a really good throw. Oh, is she hurt, Ariana? It looks like it's ball or bail. Hopefully it's only the bail that's hit her and not the ball. But it was a good throw, and she was very brave to get behind that. But she looks like a genuine star, Ariana. I think she's going to be a really good cricketer for Malaysia for years to come. And hopefully she gets noticed in the bigger scale, Women's Big Bash League and all these things, and that'll be really good. But like going back, if it's concentrated effort, and the good thing about women's game, it's still quite level around the world. So besides the 10 big countries of the world, there's new countries can catch up if they focus well. As the men's game, some countries are at another level already, which are a bit harder to close the gap.
And with the ICC's decision to, they upgrade the status of these matches to
That's exactly
T20 international.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now it gives every country a reason to invest in the women's game, and hopefully through that, their women's team do well and give the country a name internationally. Every country wants to some positive things to happen to them, and sport is a good one. So if any sport, if you see your country playing and they're doing well, many countries like that. So it's only good for every country and their citizens. Bit of a loose delivery, but well played. Will that be a 4? Nope, just straight down to deep square leg, just for the 1 run. And I think that's one thing Singapore has to do, is when they get the bad deliveries, they need to at least try and score a boundary, which is a good thing that Malaysia's batters did. When they got a bad ball, they put it away for 4. So because Ariana's bowling a lot of good deliveries. So that's a no ball, though, been called a no ball because of height. So this will be a free hit. So we'll just see what Divya can do here with the free hit. And she's taken that onto the leg side, but don't think that will pierce the gap. 2 fielders converge. Excellent throw. Excellent throw. And just the 1 run off that free hit, and no damage done. So 27 for 3. Singapore of 8 overs, and a lot of work to do, and having to score 100 runs in 12 overs. So at this point, it doesn't look too promising, but it's T20 cricket.
Yep.
Anything can happen. 2, 3 good overs.
So Nadira is his next bowler.
So this would be Malaysia's 5th bowler.
Yeah.
She looks like she's very busy setting a field. She looks very serious. So she wants to make sure that all her fielders are in the right place.
And the position of the Malaysian fielders is spot on right now.
That's right. They've been actually very good. Very impressed by how the fielding has been set up. So credit to the captain. Even the bad deliveries have gone to the fielders, and the throwing has been very good.
Yeah.
So let's see how she starts with the first delivery. And look, she bowling off spin. Looks like she's off spinner, or she medium pacer. Yeah. So that's a cut shot, bit wide. Not much pace to work with. Just hit that to point region, cover region. Nur Nadira. So it looks like an off spinner's grip there. So she's well bowled again, and that's she's hit that well, Divya. That might actually find the gap, but nope.
No.
Well fielded and very, very good throw once again. And the fielding has been top notch for Malaysia, covering good ground and clean pickups and getting the ball in as fast as possible. So very good job, Malaysia. So Singapore not really finding a way out in trying to find that boundary ball. And let's see how Divya handles this. Well played. Back to the bowler, Nadira, doing a very good job. Committed to own bowling. And so we will see now what can happen here. Lines up, and that's been hit straight for, is that a 6? Looks like it's just bounced inside. Just bounced inside, and it's been called a 4. So good shot there by Divya. Put away that bad delivery, and a 6, sorry. So that is a 6, so brings Singapore 34 for 3. And Nur Nadira, sorry. So it is, just need a clarification here whether that's a 6 or a 4. It's 4. Hit through, well fielded. Back in, and Nadira doing a sterling job of good recovery after that 4. So the 1 ball left. Singapore 35 for 3. So Shafina, the captain, here to face. Ariana is back, and why not? She's bowled really well. 1 for 7, 3 overs. And that might not be a no ball because she charged down the wicket, but will that find the boundary? No, very well fielded. It'll be interesting to see what the umpire signals, because she did leave her crease and charged that down, and once the graphics are up, we'll get an indication. And looks, well, didn't look like there was a free hit. There was just 2 runs. Hit back straight to the bowler. So Shafina just trying to make sure that tries work to find the gap, and is that a stumping?
Yeah.
That is a stumping, and well deserved. Ariana, she has actually bowled very well, and keeper Julia, I think, was expecting that there'll be a stumping or a catch at some point, and she's done a really good job. And the captain for Singapore, Shafina, has now been dismissed for 5 of just 7 deliveries. And Singapore just sink into further trouble here, being 38 for 4. New batter for Singapore is Piumi Gurusinghe. She joins Divya the Miller, who's there for a pretty decent 12 for 14. Now, if Singapore were to come any close to the score, they need to build a partnership first of all and not keep giving away the wickets. And Ariana here now to bowl. To Piumi, well bowled, well kept. And she looks like she's in complete control here, Ariana. She's bowled extremely well and she deserves her figures. Good areas again. And very difficult for the new batter because you got Ariana who's bowling very well, putting it in the right areas. So, and she's not bowled many bad deliveries. Bowled again, good drive, but not enough power to take it past Winifred. And that will be Ariana done for the over.
Now let's see what Divya can do.
Yes, importantly, what can Divya do? But she needs the rest of her teammates to stay around. You know, every time they look like they're trying to get a start, somebody gets out. So Nur Nadira back for her second over, just 8 runs off the first, and Divya couldn't get under that. Just Divya, who in the last, who hit Nur Nadira for straight 4 before. Good shot. Hit down to deep cow corner. Not much damage done, just the 1 run. Brings Piumi on strike. So Nadira now has the new batter to bowl at. Maybe a chance to get a confidence back, maybe even take a wicket. Well bowled. Once again, the disciplines there is always keeping it on one side of the wicket as much as they can.
Yeah.
And that's been a credit to the Malaysian bowlers. And again, and an appeal there by keeper Julia. I'm not really sure what the appeal is for. Probably is for the catch, but looks like it's going to consult the umpire. It's going to consult the square leg, maybe about whether it carried, but if that was a catch, it should have been the standing umpire's decision. Looks like there's no out, or it was a stumping chance. So, well, not really sure what happened there, but whatever it is not out. So well played by Piumi, a good throw, gets home safe, but once again, just showing how good these Malaysian girls are with their fielding and their throws especially. Very quick to get to the ball and getting it fast. So every run that these Singaporean girls have to make, they have to run it fast. A lot of urgency. No easy singles here. That might be a no ball. That is a no ball, but that's been hit down towards deep mid wicket. Looks like just for the one run, but no ball's been called. So Piumi gets the free hit. I think Divya would have loved to have that free hit, seeing that she's been there for a lot longer. Piumi 1 of 6. Maybe this free hit can get her into the groove of things. And put that across. They will try for the 2, but nope, the fielding well covered there by Malaysian goals again. So just a one run of that free hit. So that's Nur Nadira done, the second over. It looks like a change of bowler, Nina.
Christina Nina.
Christina Nina, sorry. Number 6. So, can you tell me about Christina Nina? What is her story? Has she been playing for a while as well? Or?
Yeah, she's playing for a while.
Yep.
Yep.
In fact, is she one of the SEA Games winners as well? She was, yeah. So Singapore, long way away at the moment. Chasing 127, 43 for 4. Can Divya and Piumi just get some steam back into this Singapore innings? It has been very difficult out there. Malaysians have bowled really well, taken wickets. Now Christina Nina on, left arm as well, left arm spinner, and that's been angled in, but wide, unfortunately. Well kept there by the keeper. So 4-4-4-4, you say. So 44 for 4. Bowled again. Just come off the pad, well kept. Probably needs to keep that line just maybe on sort of middle stump, so that you can probably force the shot to the offside and take a wicket. That's well bowled. Looks like it'll just be the one run. Deep square leg. Christina Nina, good start to her, first over. Once again, maintaining the pressure on the Singapore batting lineup. Singapore don't look like they're getting away too much, but most importantly, they've not lost wickets for a while. And that's been played, but not strong enough to get past. Just a one run, direct hit, not out. Piumi home. Divya 15 of 18. And I wonder what Divya is thinking at the moment. What is her plan of action? What does she need to do? She probably needs Piumi to also start taking a few chances and maybe rotating the strike. And that's a wide ball, but keepers missed that, but there won't be a run. But more importantly, a run for Singapore. Oof, that's got through. Just with that angle that she bowls from, it was always going to go down, although it went between the batter and the leg stump, but that's the angle she's bowling at, and that's what I spoke about just now. She just probably needs to bowl more middle stump line, then when they miss, they'll hit, she'll hit the stumps. Right now she's probably angling too much to leg stump. That's a better line. And just a one run. Well backed up there. What does Malaysia women have after this SAUDARI Cup? Do they have more tournaments coming?
The under 19 is coming up,
Under 19s?
so this is the chance for the under 19 tournament coming up, and this is the chance for the younger players here
Yeah.
to shine without their seniors.
Is this the nationals you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, okay. Right. So I guess a few girls here will be playing in that same tournament?
Few girls and some more. Actually, some of these girls came from the development pool,
Yeah.
under 16, under 19, and this is one of the tournaments that they can show the MCA what they can do.
Yes, very important. So that,
Yeah.
and I'm sure most of these girls have ambitions to play for Malaysia as well. So they're already representing their state.
Yeah.
So now the next step is to try and represent the country. Yes.
So Marcelisa Yasmin is coming in.
Is that Yasmin in? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So she's had a good day with the bat.
Yeah.
And let's see what she can do here with the ball. Alisa Yasmin. So making some slight adjustments to a feel. Looks like he's got a ball across the seam. It's bowling, and looks like it's possibly come off the pad. Not really sure, but so PME 5 of 12 as she faces Yasmin in just a second ball of her over. Singapore now have hit the 50 run mark. On the back foot, getting through to the keeper. A bit late on the shot. And that'll be a white ball. Just maybe rightfully so, just moving away after hit the white lines. So we'll give Singapore just a bit of reprieve and just getting that scoreboard ticking over just a bit more. And she's played that well, but will that go through? Nope. But once again, well fielded. Every time Singapore has had to take a run, they've had to run really quickly to the other end because these Malaysian fielders are on their toes, and it's always a threat. And this is a very good sign for the Malaysian women's team in the future. If they can keep these levels of fielding up, they can be very competitive.
I wonder what Divya is thinking now. She want to big hit or just?
Yeah, I think she also recently in last few balls she's not faced much as well. So one or two free hits that she also was not the one that's facing. But what she just did there, working that down and just taking the quick single,
Yeah.
it just needs to happen more, and PME has to read into this and understand that now they just need to rotate a bit of strike and then hopefully get that bad ball to put away. And she needs to get onto her front foot, I feel.
Another big foot miss.
Yep,
Yeah.
because those balls are quite full. If she gets on the front foot, she can probably drive that with a bit more power than actually going onto her back foot. So Yasmin bowling a good line, but maybe a bit too full, but PUMI not maybe taking advantage of that. And that's been hit again to covers, and will that be out? Nope. A bit of a wild throw, but just a one run more importantly. Backup was good. But then again, if they threw it and hit the stumps, everybody will be celebrating. So, you know, sometimes you just have to take a chance. If you hit, you hit. If it's not accurate, but as long as the backing up is good, that's fine. So, in the night sky here in Singapore, and one thing that's been good for cricket in Singapore is the fact that we now have floodlights in a country where a lot of our cricketers are not full-time. They only can train at night. So when we have floodlights here in the Indian Association, it just makes things so much easier. All the players can come without having to take any time off work and come and play. So it's good to see that the SAUDARI Cup now is being played for the first time under lights in Singapore. And we're always grateful to Malaysia. A good relationship with Malaysia over the years. SAUDARI Cup being played for almost 49 years. So this is good signs for cricket. in the region, and also to continue our brotherhood and sisterhood as countries between Malaysia and Singapore, which we should be very proud of. Both of us have got a long history in cricket, and SAUDARI says it all.
Yeah, and because our team is very eager to come here, because it's been a long time since the women team playing
In
Singapore.
Singapore, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Singapore had some ground issues 2 years ago when we lost the Kallang ground. So that's probably why Malaysia had to host. Either we had to host in Johor,
Yeah.
and Mutiara Rini. So that we are very used to that ground. That became like our second ground. I remember in 2017 when we didn't have a ground after Kallang, we played about 50 games in Mutiara Rini. Dr. Ajit was. I used to see him every week. So yeah, we are very grateful to Johor Cricket Council and Dr. Ajit for letting us use the ground during a very difficult time for us. We were preparing for SEA Games, so yes, once again that's a sign of our SAUDARI, right? Help each other out.
Aina's bowling. She's also been good with the bat today.
Oh yes, Aina Amiza. Yes, so it's both the batters of the day bowling, and that's 4 runs. Unfortunately, just drifting down leg stump and been put away quite well by Divya, the pull shot. So brings Divya 22 of just 23 balls. Good strike rate she's got. Singapore now 60 for 4. Hamiza into ball again, under a bit of pressure after that 4. Let's see how she bowls that, and that's been cut away. Not too much damage done. Picked up there and just in for the single. So Aina Hamiza and Yasmin probably very happy with themselves, having put Malaysia in such a strong position today. 1-6 on the board. Now they're doing their part with the ball. I'm sure they'll like some wickets. Good shot. Fielded there by mid-on. Winifred getting down nice and quick. So Malaysia maintaining the pressure, and anytime, the good thing here is anytime the ball has gone for 4, it's only because it's been hit in the gap. But every time it's gone straight to the fielders, they've picked it up clean and got it back straight. So credit to Malaysia's fielding today. They have been really, really good. And that's a really good delivery. Top-notch delivery. Had Divya in all sorts of trouble, but fortunately for Divya, it didn't take a outside edge, but it'll be a dot ball.
7 run off the over.
Yep, and Singapore now should be 60 for 4, in just 14 overs. It looks like a big mountain ahead. Having to make another, what's that now? 67 runs in just 6 overs. That's a huge required run rate. At this point, you do feel that Malaysia probably has this first game in the bag. So it's all about now Malaysia trying to keep things more professional, but Divya and Piyumi should still look to try and bat out the overs, try and get some, and that's a really good shot. So falls short of the fielder at deep mid wicket, just the 1 run.
Still, the ball cannot find the rope.
Can't find the rope, so every time it's gone within the Malaysian fielders, they've stopped it. They've done a good job. Piyumi must have thought that for a while. She hit a 4, but no such luck.
Singapore really needs a boundary right now.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They probably need at least three in this over if they want to try and at least give themselves a chance. So see how Divya plays this. That's a white ball. With the run there, just makes it 2 runs. And Yasmin not too happy with the throw. Don't think she expected to come back so fast at her, but she did well to field that. Yasmin, no wickets for 9 runs in her second over. So Pumi trying to take that across from the off stump, completely misses it. Lucky to not see her off stump rattled, and that's what's been really impressive. Malaysian bowlers doing their best just to keep it one side of the wicket. And once again, the same area as well played. Picked up there by the left-hander, almost a run out, but good throw, good pick, good fielding there by the bowler. For own bowling as he came back in. And it looks like it's come off Pumi's pad. Sorry, not Pumi's pad, sorry, Divya. So we'll still take the run, so yeah, 1 leg by. Two more deliveries to go off Yasmin's over. No played. And once again, just every time they've had to run, they've been under pressure, and that throw was just slightly off target. You'd think that if it was on target, there would have been a run out. So Malaysia maintaining their standards on the field. They've not gone to sleep. It's not over till it's over. And well bowled again. In, and another good throw, and well backed up. And these girls are not scared to back up their own bowling. The throws are coming in hard and they get behind, so it's good dedication. Yeah. So that's Yasmin's over done. 15 overs, Singapore 67 for 4, and it requires 60 runs in the last 5 overs. 12 runs and over. So big task ahead now.
But who knows? Maybe Divya will do a
Yes,
Stokesy.
and I think Divya probably just needs to take some chances. I think at least to try and find one big over somewhere so that you can get some flow. She needs to pick the right bowler. Maybe now Hamiza is only going to bowl a second over, so maybe, and she went for 7 in her first. So maybe Divya should try and take a chance and see whether she can score some runs off Hamiza. Let's see what happens here. And that's been dapped down. Not going to have the required power, and need to probably
They have to take chances. They still have 6 wickets in hand.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So why die wondering? Might as well see. So Pumi 10 of 21, so she needs to up the run rate, her own run rate, strike rate, sorry, and that's not going to help. So at this point, so Malaysia just getting through their overs, making sure that they keep it nice and tight, don't take anything for granted, and that's exactly how they should bowl. And you can see Pumi is getting a bit frustrated. He's trying to charge down the wicket and try and hit it, but no success. And Hamiza is now piling on the pressure. And let's see what happens if Pumi can hopefully get one away just to get a confidence level up. And nope, actually it was the other way around. Hamiza now picking up her first wicket, and that will see the end of Pumi Gurasinghe for 10 runs. being caught there by Julia off the bowling of Aina Hamiza. You do feel at this point Singapore are probably out of this, 68 for 5. And more so about Malaysia now, seeing how much more clinical they can get. Divya should probably use this time also to get some time out in the middle, take it to tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
And now it's Roshni Ramesh into bat. SAUDARI Cup 2019, the first match of SAUDARI Cup. So, beg your pardon. And it looks like it's going to go Malaysia's way, unless Roshni and Divya can produce a big reversal of fortunes. And it's well bowled, just down the channel, good discipline. Swing and a miss, and Hamiza now finishes up her over. 2 overs, 1 for 8, done well. Got rid of Piyumi Gurasinghe. Divya still out the middle, 26 of 28. 4 overs left, and looks like Winifred is coming back on to bowl. Perhaps wants to try and make sure that, not a bad idea, try and get Divya out and see if they can maybe take more wickets. 5 more to be exact to get Singapore all out. It's taking its time to set a field and making sure that everything's in place. And that's what's been really impressive. The Malaysians today, as a fielding unit, they've had their fielders in the right areas, and then the bowlers have complemented that by bowling in the right areas. So credit to the Malaysian women's coaching setup, who has been able to drill this into the goals. And well bowled, and that will be a wide just on that wide line. So that would be a wide, as much as no fast bowler is going to agree with that, but that is a wide, unfortunately, because it went past the wide line, started moving after the wide line. So starting off with a wide in first delivery back, second spell. So let's see what Winifred can do now. And that's well played there by Divya. Looks like it'll just be the 1 run, will it? Yes, it will be. Fielding still maintaining high standards, fast in, getting to the ball quickly, making sure that a second run is never on the cards. Bring Singapore score to 70. And once again, in good awareness of a field and where she wants her fielders, Winifred. And well bowled. So the teacher to be, Winifred.
Yeah.
Obviously, whichever school she goes to, they'll probably have a good women's girls cricket team.
Hopefully.
Yeah. How long does she have left in her studies?
I think not long.
Not long, yeah.
1 semester left.
So,
Yeah.
so what normally happens with her when the UKM? Do they get to choose where they want to teach? Or
No,
no,
usually the ministry will
right.
have the say
Okay.
on which school she has to go.
Okay.
But then again, maybe with the help of MC.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that they will keep her in KL region? Or
Yes, I think
yeah,
so.
Yeah. Are there other teachers in this team, or is she the only one that's
She's
going to
the
be
only one.
yeah. It's well bowled. It's a good shot. It's hit that well. Just not enough power to get to the boundary, but easy 2 runs. It's a very deep boundary, longest boundary at the IA. So it looks like Divya is seeing the ball a bit better now, but needs a bit more than this. Singapore need a bit more than this. Right now the run rate is required run rate, it's really high. So needs to be a 4 ball somewhere. And just straight back to the bowler, that's not going to help. Very frustrating for Divya, you feel. And it looks like helmet is also giving her a bit of problems. It looks like it's a bit too big for her head. So maybe she needs to change that someday in the future. Well ball, and he's hit that nice and straight. Will that be a catch? Nope. She's put that down. So just be the 1 run. Think the good thing is Winifred didn't have much of a reaction to that, but at this stage of the game, it's probably not going to hurt Malaysia as much, and Divya can probably breathe a sigh of relief. Sorry. So Winifred with figures of 0 for 12 in 3 overs. She probably will finish her 4th after this.
Zulaika.
So Zulaika now coming back.
Yeah.
The girl that is only played a few games for Malaysia. This will be good experience for her, a good time to bring her on, to get her confidence up, to get as much exposure playing at this level. I'm sure she's appreciating it. She's bowled really well. 2 overs, 1 for 7, and she's back for her 3rd over. And right on the money straight away, but well played into the gap by Roshni Ramesh for her first run.
Divya is looking uncomfortable with that helmet.
Yes. I think that helmet's been giving her a lot of trouble this whole game. So, like I said, she has to probably visit the cricket shop tomorrow and try and find a smaller one. Maybe she took the wrong helmet in a kit bag today. Yeah, somebody else's. Just a bit of a check on play, and Zulaika in. Nice fluent run up as she comes in. Well bowled, and that's been hit straight as an arrow. Will that be a catch? Nope. It's been saved for 4. As 4 has been saved. I think she saved the 4, although I think Winifred ran in a bit too much and ran ahead of it, and the umpire signal a 4 there. Just missed that. Well, Singapore on 78, so it could have been a 4. And another shot down the wicket, but she's not taking the throw. It's keeping it safe. So Singapore should be on 79 for 5 at this point. Divya 33 for 3. And that's a good shot, and 4 runs. It's cleared the 30-yard circle. I think Malaysia felt that Roshni had not hit anything just yet, so they put the field in. But there you go, Roshni seizing an opportunity and putting one over. So she'll feel really good about that. Brings it to 5 of 6 balls. And feel a bit sorry for Sophia because she's been bowling quite well. So how will Sophia react? Coming in for a 5th ball.
Another good ball. And
A good ball, and that's a good catch there by fielder. And I'll just get a name.
Aina Hamisa.
Anisa. A very, very good catch. And that brings Roshni's innings to end, 5 of 7. And revenge there by Sophia. So after being hit for a 4, she's taken the wicket. Very good catch. And the field in worked. So just when you thought that the field placing could have been better and maybe pushed back, that was the right call. So the catch being taken the 30-yard circle. Singapore now 83 for 6, 17.5 overs. It brings Rajeshwari to the crease. Rajeshwari, another one of Singapore's players that can hit the ball hard, maybe coming in a bit too late at this point. Rajeshwari Butler.
$13 ball left.
13 balls.
4 wickets in hand.
4 wickets in hand, definitely. And let's see.
Yes.
So that's again to the fielders. Bit of a fumble from left-hander, but
it's important for Divya to face the next over.
yes, I think I should have probably just thought about that then and there. But and yes, she's got the single, and Divya will be on strike. Sorry, no, Divya won't be on strike. Sorry. Divya on strike now. So the over's up, and Divya will be on strike now as Winifred comes in for a last over. And just forgot to hand her cap to the umpire, but she's done that now. Getting ready, checking on the field as always. Very clinical, Winifred. Wants to make sure everything's in place, and she comes in now. Bowls that in LBW appeal, but it looked like it was way outside of stump. In striking Divya outside of stump. So it will be a leg by, however. Rajeshwari facing her first ball. And just pulling out of her run there. Just not feeling ready. And that's good to see. Winifred's still keeping a concentration. If she doesn't feel right, she will not bowl a delivery, which is a good thing. I think too many bowlers sometimes tend to bowl when they're not ready. Well bowled. And that's swung away a bit. Good attempt there by the fielder to try and stop that, but that should be an easy 2. That is. Once again, the throwing of a high standard, getting it nice and quick. Another swing onto the onside. Not enough to take it to the boundary. Picked up well. And Winifred now with 3 balls left to go. No wickets for 15 runs. She's bowled extremely well, led from the front. And, once again, very accurate and very hard to get under her bowling, and all Divya could do is, as you can see, Divya is getting just a bit frustrated. Thought maybe she could have put that over the top, but nothing doing. Still the 1 run. Divya with 36 of 37 balls. Rajeshwari Butler 3 of 2. Just working that away from legs. Good throw, but Divya very quick to the other end. Last ball, and I think maybe Winifred would like to take just 1 wicket so she can finish off with at least 1 wicket and join the rest of our bowlers, because most of the others have picked up a wicket here and there. So will she be able to get this wicket of the last ball? Oh, interesting ball. Oof, I just feel that if Divya had played that a bit too early, you probably would have hit the pads or even bowled her, but got away with it. So that's Winifred done. 4 overs, none for 18. Singapore 91 for 6. And a lot to do now in this last over. And it looks like Zuleika to bowl the last over. That's credit to her.
Yes.
To be able to bowl the last over. .36 runs to score in this point to win. And that's a big shot. And again, I think if anything today, maybe the Malaysian field is a bit too eager to get in too fast. They just need to hang back a bit. You do feel that the fielder was in the right position, but as you can see, she'd probably run in too quickly. But that's 4 runs. So Divya on 41. 39. Singapore 95 for 6. This should just be the single. Nope, a fumble there, so there will be a second run, you feel. And I will take Singapore to 97. So it brings Divya to 43 of 40. So 30 runs to win, 4 balls left. What can Divya do at this point? Straight down to long on. Winifred coming in really quickly, just pick that up and throwing it into Julia. Sophia just looks a bit rattled. She's been a bit expensive and it's over. And I guess with the last over, batters were always going to go for it. And will that get past? It does. It looks like it'll beat.
Yeah.
Yes.
4 runs.
The fielder in the inner ring. Hopefully she's fine. There'll be 4 runs.
And 100's up for Singapore.
And 100 up for Singapore, 102 for 6 to be exact.
Yeah.
And just hoping that the fielder that made the attempt at third man is okay with a valiant attempt. So Singapore 100 up, 2 balls to go, 25 to make. And Just the 1 run. And well, Malaysia has clinched this one. Can't see anything changing from this point, rather other than a Malaysian victory. First T20 of the SAUDARI Cup 2019 will go to Malaysia, bringing them 1-0 in the series. And Zulaika not ending it just yet. And looks like it'll just be the one. Singapore ending the day with a run out as Rajeshri tries to come in for second. Malaysia winning this convincingly by 24 runs and 1-0 up in the SAUDARI Cup 2019. SD, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Arjun.
And good luck for the rest of the series. And we'll join you tomorrow, same time, for the second game of SAUDARI Cup 2019. Thank you.
beard है ना उसका this time so
Nipe your giving. Go sleep.
Well, Malaysia batting first, 126-6. Right, top scorers for the day, Mas Elias Yasmin, 37 of 37. Aina Hamiza, 37 of 34. Top bowlers for Singapore, Davina Sharma, 2 for 30 of 4. And Divya, 1 for 10 of 4. In Singapore's chase, Singapore were 104 for 7 in 20 overs. Divya GK there with the top score of 45 not out of 42 balls. Zuleika Sophie 2 for 29. And Ariana Natasha 1 for 10. Before I call out the player of the match, I'd like to call upon Mr. Zubir Gadak, Deputy President of the SCA, to come and present the trophy. Player of the match is Aina.
Thank you.